Today our topic is how to handle uncertainty like a Stoic. Life is full of uncertainty. Every day, we face situations where we don't know what will happen next. Maybe you're waiting for a job offer, or you're worried about your health, or you're unsure about the future of a relationship. The truth is, we cannot control everything that happens to us. But what we can control is how we respond to these uncertainties. This is where Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, can help us. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. It's not about being emotionless or cold, but about finding peace and strength in the face of life's challenges. Let's explore how we can use Stoic principles to handle uncertainty in a better way. First, let's talk about the idea of control. The Stoics believed that the only thing we truly control is our own mind or thoughts, our actions, and our reactions. Everything else is outside of our control. For example, you cannot control whether it will rain tomorrow, or whether someone will like you, or whether you will get the promotion you want. But you can control how you prepare for the rain, how you treat others, and how you perform at work. When you focus on what you can control, you stop wasting energy on things that are beyond your power. This mindset helps you stay calm and focused, even when life feels unpredictable. One of the key Stoic practices is to prepare for uncertainty by imagining the worst-case scenario. This might sound negative, but it's actually a powerful tool. The Stoics called this premeditatio malorum, which means the premeditation of evils. By imagining the worst that could happen, you remove the fear of the unknown. For example, if you're worried about losing your job, ask yourself, what would I do if that happened? How would I handle it? By thinking through these questions, you realize that even the worst-case scenario is something you can manage. This practice doesn't mean you expect the worst to happen, but it helps you feel more prepared and less anxious. Another important Stoic principle is to accept what happens without resistance. Life will not always go the way we want, and that's okay. The Stoics believed that suffering comes not from the events themselves, but from our resistance to them. For example, if you miss a flight, you can either spend hours being angry and frustrated, or you can accept the situation and focus on what to do next. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means acknowledging reality and choosing to respond in a way that aligns with your values. When you stop fighting against things you cannot change, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and find peace in the present moment. Stoicism also teaches us to focus on the present moment. Uncertainty often comes from worrying about the future or regretting the past. But the truth is, the only moment we truly have is now. The past is gone, and the future is not guaranteed. By focusing on the present, you can take action where it matters most. For example, instead of worrying about whether you'll succeed in the future, focus on doing your best today. Instead of regretting past mistakes, learn from them and move forward. When you live in the present, you stop wasting time on things you cannot change and start making the most of what you have. Another Stoic idea is to see challenges as opportunities for growth. The Stoics believed that obstacles are not just problems to be avoided, but chances to become stronger and wiser. When you face uncertainty, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? For example, if you're going through a difficult time, it might teach you resilience, patience, or empathy. By shifting your perspective, you can turn challenges into opportunities. This mindset doesn't make the challenges disappear, but it helps you find meaning and purpose in them. Stoicism also encourages us to practice gratitude. When life feels uncertain, it's easy to focus on what's wrong or what's missing. But gratitude helps us see what's good and what we already have. Take a moment each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for: your health, your relationships, your abilities, or even small things like a good meal or a sunny day. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your problems, but it helps you maintain a balanced perspective. When you focus on what's good in your life, You feel more content and less worried about the future. Another important Stoic practice is to remind yourself of the impermanence of life. Everything changes, and nothing lasts forever. This might sound sad, but it's actually a reminder to appreciate what you have while you have it. The Stoics call this memento mori, which means remember that you will die. This might sound dark, but it's not about being morbid. It's about recognizing that life is short and precious, and that we should make the most of it. When you remember that everything is temporary, you stop taking things for granted and start living with more intention and purpose. Stoicism also teaches us to detach from outcomes. Often we feel anxious because we're too attached to a specific result. For example, you might feel stressed because you want to get a certain job, or you want someone to like you, or you want everything to go perfectly. But the truth is, you cannot control the outcome. What you can control is your effort and your attitude. By focusing on doing your best and letting go of the result, you free yourself from unnecessary pressure. This doesn't mean you don't care about the outcome, but it means you're not defined by it. Whether you succeed or fail, you can still be proud of how you handled the situation. Finally, Stoicism reminds us to live according to our values. In a world full of uncertainty, your values can be your guide. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? How do I want to treat others? What matters most to me? When you live according to your values, you feel more grounded and purposeful. Even when life feels chaotic, you know what you stand for. This gives you a sense of direction and helps you make decisions with confidence. In conclusion, uncertainty is a natural part of life, but it doesn't have to control you. By practicing Stoic principles, you can learn to handle uncertainty with calmness, strength, and wisdom. Focus on what you can control. Prepare for the worst. Accept what happens. Live in the present. See challenges as opportunities. Practice gratitude. Remember impermanence. Detach from outcomes. And live according to your values. These practices won't make life perfect, but they will help you find peace and meaning, no matter what happens. So the next time you face uncertainty, remember, you have the power to choose how you respond. And that is where your true strength lies.